The explosion of an oil pipeline leaked up to 70,000 liters of crude oil in the Lone River on Quiet Island last Saturday, contaminating drinking water for the nearby towns of Sherrill, Linville, and Hope, all crossed by the river. State and local officials cannot say precisely how long the cleaning operations will last. Sherrill Mayor Edward Miller expects it will take time. The city of Linville has begun detecting contaminating benzene in the water since Monday, 2 days after the spill. The pipeline had a 10-year history of problems that caused the fury and indignation of the island's inhabitants. It seems that the pipeline accident was the straw that broke the camel's back, triggering throngs of reactionaries against PetroMobil and Thomas Barkley, president of the oil company for many years. Hundreds of protesters march outside of Barkley's private villa with signs and banners. Other protests for the oil spill took place in front of the branches and at the company's filling stations throughout the island. There have also been acts of vandalism, with smears of black paint on the gates of the private properties of Thomas Barkley and its closest relatives.
Are you looking for someone? Don't look at the mirrors. You know it's dangerous.
I know.
Did you hear that too?
Heard what?
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know.
Don't lie to me. It's back. And it's close. It's coming!
No, it's not true.
True? Are you sure you know it's true?
No more talking. We've arrived.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure,
Why did you accept this case?
because it's my job.
It was your job. Are you doing this for the boy or for yourself?
maybe I'm doing it for both.
Mr. Burton?
Yes, it's me.
Welcome to Quiet Island. Get on board. Mr. Barkley is waiting for us. Did you enjoy the ferry boat?
Yeah, except for the bathroom. It was terrifying.
I assume you know the situation.
Partly, Mr. Barkley prefers to avoid giving details over the phone.
Oh, well, a riot broke out after the oil spill. The damage is severe, and this makes every single inhabitant of the island a potential suspect. Anyone here would hurt Mr. Barkley and his family. This can complicate things.
Does anyone except me know about the disappearance of the kid?
Just the police, but Mr. Barkley doesn't trust them, so we turn to you. In the afternoon, the kidnapping will be made public, and the press will start doing their job.
Any ransom offer?
Nothing at all. And you?
Me?
Yes. Tell me something about your special abilities, your gift. Exactly what is it? Magic? Voodoo? Palmistry?
None of that. I dream. I see things.
That's interesting. I dream too, but probably your dreams are more interesting than mine.
Yeah, probably.
Rest now. The road ahead is still long.
A great man with a large house. I'm curious to meet him. Oh no! Marty! Wait! Wait! What's this? It's happening again!
Where did we end up? What does it mean?
Are you dreaming, Marty? The dreams has its rules, Marty. Respect them, and we'll emerge unscathed. It's too dark in here. It scares me. What strange objects? Do you find something familiar in all this?
No. I have no idea what this stuff is.
Use the flashlight, please?
Stay away from me!
Oh no! Don't stand up like that! Run! Run as fast as you can! Oh no! He's gonna find us. He's gonna find us. I knew he was back. I knew it. I told you he was back and you didn't listen to me.
Arthur! That's enough. Stop that.
Welcome, Mr. Burden. Mr. Barkley awaits you in his office. Please go up the stairs, second door on the left.
Welcome, Mr. Burton.
I got here as quick as I could.
Please, sit down. Let's talk. I asked Charles for the utmost discretion. I hope nobody saw you together. You can imagine the reason why.
Yes, seems that the people here hate you. If they see us together, they may have problems.
That's right. Oh, you're as careful as the reporters described you.
They don't know anything about me.
What do they call you? The man of dreams? Suggestive. Well, do you think you can help me?
I'm here to try.
Of my 3 daughters, Elizabeth was the only one who gave me the joy of a grandson, Simon. And now, they have taken him away. I want your help, Mr. Burton. I want you to bring Simon back to me.
When and where was your grandson last seen?
At home, more than 48 hours ago. His mother and father were absent for work, and when they returned, Simon was gone. The maid who looked after him was hit in the head during the kidnapping and lost consciousness. She doesn't remember anything. We scoured the entire island with the help of the police, but we didn't find anything.
Your assistant told me that a ransom was not requested, so if someone kidnapped him, he's not interested in your money. Do you have any suspicions?
There would be one person in particular. A violent activist and reactionary. Frank Bundy. Hated me and my family for years. Has several precedents for vandalism and unauthorized demonstrations against my company. He's the owner of a bar in Linville and some farms scattered around the island. He's even threatened me on several occasions. A team of detectives is already keeping an eye on him.
A team?
Yes, they were hired by my daughters. They don't know about you, Mr. Burton. Nobody knows about your presence here. I no longer trust anyone on this island, so I would like for you to work for me secretly.
Agree. I believe I have everything I need.
You have my phone number. Don't hesitate to call me if you need any information, and my assistant will be at your complete disposal for anything. In that envelope, you'll find some useful information for the case. Are you feeling well, Mr. Burton? Do you want a glass of water? You look hot.
No, I think, I have to go now.
But when will the investigation begin?
It's already begun.
The sun is going down. Soon it'll be dark.
We need a safe place to spend the night.
There is no safe place. You know that.
The house on the lake.
The house on the lake? Are you sure?
Yes. Maybe for the first time in my life, that bastard will be useful to me.
Marty! Have you seen the sign?
It doesn't matter. Maybe it's just some kid's joke.
A joke? Open your eyes! It's him! It's here.
Keep calm. We can handle it. We've already done it.
Somebody threw a birthday party, and we're the only ones invited.
Or maybe we're the only ones who accepted the invitation. No! Don't look at it! It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
Your fear isn't real, but you believe it because it seems real to you. Even dreams are unreal, but we believe it because they seem real. Fear and dreams are identical. Same substance, same material.
What do you want from me?
I'll come to get you. All these years, hiding in that filthy room to swallow pills and lies. Are you proud of the man you have become, detective?
Run! He's here!
Did you really think I wasn't going to redeem your debt? Did you hope to continue living your life as if nothing had happened? Like a thief? A coward? You are unable to help anyone. Not even yourself. How do you think you can save that kid? You will fail, Marty. You will fail again and again. You shouldn't have accepted the job.
We have to find a way out of here before he finds us! We gotta hurry! He's on our trail! Run! He's here! We're safe. For now. Do you think he'll be back?
I don't want to think about it.
You need to rest, Marty. You haven't slept in hours. Your grandparents' house is the right place.
I hope so. Nobody has been in it for years. I have no idea how it is reduced.
We just have to find out. What kind of people were your grandparents?
I don't know. I never knew him. At home, it was forbidden to talk about him.
Why?
Well, I think he hated them. But after all, that madman hated everyone.
What happened to them?
Well, my grandmother disappeared when he was just a kid. Disappeared without leaving any trace.
What about your grandfather?
Well, he drank. He drank a lot. He died a few years later, consumed by alcohol. But that's all I know. Not even my mother was allowed to talk about him.
So, this is where you grew up. This is where his obsession with the painting began.
Oh, come on, stop talking. Let me rest. We'll be leaving early for Linville tomorrow morning. Our investigations will start there. Good night, Arthur.
All right. Good night, Marty.
$27, $28, $29, $30. I'm on my way, Timmy. It won't be difficult to find him. His favorite hiding places are of shelves and closets. I found you! I won! Now you have to tell me the secret. You promised!
Okay, I'll tell you everything.
Then, what's the secret?
First, promise not to tell Mom.
Promised.
Okay. I think I found out what's going on with Dad.
What do you mean?
I know now why Dad never stays with us and never plays with us. I know why he's always down there in the cellar.
Because he has to work. Mom always says so.
No, it's not a lie. Dad is a prisoner. They keep it locked in there. Them.
Them who?
The monsters.
I don't believe you. Monsters don't exist!
Yeah, they exist. I've seen them. They stay in there with him and keep Dad hostage. They hurt him.
You entered the cellar? It's forbidden! How did you get in?
There's another key. Dad's isn't the only one.
And where?
I put it back in its place, in the attic. I was afraid that the monsters would notice someone has taken it. If the monsters did find out, they hurt Dad. This is why Dad doesn't want anyone to go in there.
You're scaring me. How do I know it's not a lie?
I'll show you.
But I'm afraid of monsters.
No, don't be a kid, Marty. We have to help Dad before it's too late. We have to get him back.
And how?
I have a plan.
So, where do we start from?
By Frank Bundy, the man Barkley suspects.
Wouldn't it be better to give priority to what you saw in a dream?
It's not clear what I've seen. Not yet. But we'll start from that man's bar. We need more information about him. Then, we will go to the place where Simon disappeared. Elizabeth Barkley's villa isn't far from here.
Okay, boss.
Hello?
Mr. Burton, it's Thomas Barkley. Have you started your investigation?
Yes, I'm at the gates of Linville. I'm approaching your suspect.
Be careful, Mr. Burton. That man is dangerous.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
If you run into any trouble, call me at this number. I'll send Charles to get you.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Barkley.
Hey! But where did Linville go? Are we in the wrong place?
I'm afraid not, Arthur. It is still happening.
Be careful, Marty. We don't know what awaits us. What's that noise? Is it something liquid? Oil! It's everywhere! We have to find an exit! Quickly!
The door is closed.
I don't like this place. Something's going on. Petroleum? Marty, the room is gonna fill up! The solution is in the paintings! Hurry up! There's something in the oil! Something is coming towards us!
I know, I'm getting there! I need a second!
Marty! Run! Look at them! Marty, there's a key! Marty, please hurry up!
We're back?
I think so. Linville, one of the locations affected by the accident. It seems deserted. Many inhabitants must have abandoned it. How ugly to see the playground so deserted. Where are the children of Linville? Oil gases and vapors are carcinogenic, but the situation now seems to be under control. Poor people. Trucks for drinking water.
This is the place. Heavy Shot Bar.
not waste time, Marty. We have a mission.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm looking for the owner.
What?
I'm looking for the owner.
Raise your voice, stranger. I can't hear you.
Could you turn down the music volume? I can't hear what I think.
And what do you want?
I'm looking for the owner. Is he here?
It depends on who is looking for him.
One who was on his side. I heard about the protests against Barkley. I want to join in the next protest.
It's strange. I never seen you around here.
I moved here recently, but I have my reasons for being upset with that old jackal.
The boss isn't here today.
Do you have his contact details? Where can I find him?
Dude, either you drink or go home. You know, you're the third person who comes here to ask about him in the past 2 days. If you think my boss is a fool, you're really out of your mind.
I don't think so. That's why I'm here.
You're wasting your time. I don't leave out contact details, and I don't give information about my boss to strangers. If you care to meet him, come back in the evening. And if you're lucky, you may meet him. But I advise you, he's been very nervous lately.
Everyone's been a little nervous on this island lately.
Amanda? What the fuck?
I can't believe you're here. Let me buy you a drink. I thought you retired.
I did.
Sure. In summary, the worst ecological disaster of the past 20 years, the grandson of one of the richest and most detested men in the world who disappears without a trace, a civil revolt about to explode, and you're here at the Heavy Shop Bar on Quiet Island to have a drink.
Okay, but lower your voice. I'm working for Barkley. I'm looking for the kid.
I knew you wouldn't give up.
I gave up. This life is no longer for me.
Don't talk nonsense. People need someone like you.
Maybe it's me who no longer needs people.
But you're here. So...
What about you? You're with Barkley, right?
I'm here to shed light on the pipeline accident. Barkley and PetroMobile squeezed this island like a lemon. Corruption, pollution, bad business. The situation has literally exploded. If Barkley's responsible for what happened, he should pay.
Aren't you getting into something too big?
Journalism is about spreading what someone doesn't want you to know. Everything else is just propaganda.
I guess so.
How about collaborating? Like old times. You help me nail Mr. Oil Man. I help you find the boy.
I don't know.
I know you have your weird dreams, but I have the information and I can find it quickly. I need you and you need me, so what's the holdup?
Okay, but nobody needs to know I'm here.
Done deal, Mr. Dream Man. Now I have to go, but be careful, Marty. People on Quiet Island are strange.
Who isn't, after all?
Yo, you motherfucker! Are you on Quiet Island and you don't tell me anything?
Bruce? How did you...
I'm a detective, genius. Where the hell are you?
Linville.
I'm coming to pick you up.
Dude, listen.
Don't make me wait. See you in front of the parking lot at the entrance.
The force of gravity that Thomas Barkley exerts on others is incredible. It's like a magnet. It draws everyone around you. Police, journalists, television, protesters.
Yeah, Arthur. That's what it means to be powerful.
And who pays when a powerful person makes a mistake?
We'll find out soon.
Alright, what I want to know is what the fuck is going on in your mind? First, you resign without warning. Then you make yourself unavailable, and in the end, I find that you also have moved? What the fuck is your problem, Marty?
You know what my problem is?
No, I don't know. Why don't you talk to me, Marty? And if you don't talk to me, I can't help you.
You know what the problem is? I'm completely out of my mind, Bruce, okay? If I don't get out of this shit, I'll soon be fucked! I can't continue this life!
Still those damned hallucinations?
Yeah, and the drugs are no longer effective. You don't know the hell I'm living. I see horrible things, always. Even now while we're fucking speaking, they follow me. They torment me.
You passed it once, Marty. You could do it again.
No, this time it's different. I feel like my world is crumbling.
All right. Keep calm, Marty. I'm here, and I'm your friend. I won't leave you in a bunch of shit. But you have to stop running away.
Let me guess. You're on the team of detectives hired by Elizabeth Barkley. That's why you're here.
Correct.
Did you find any clues about the disappearance site?
Nothing relevant.
What about the maid who looked after the boy?
She's clean, and there is no help.
Can you take me there?
Only if you swear not to make a mess. May I remind you that you no longer have a license. Marty, are you okay?
Do you get me, Marty?
Loud and clear.
Are you ready for the recovery mission?
I think so, but I'm a little afraid. Why do I have to go to the attic alone?
I already explained it to you. I have to stay in the treehouse and check that Mom doesn't come home. Otherwise, who will give you the signal? From here, I have the perfect view.
Okay, where do we start from?
Follow my instructions. First, pick up the hook stick to pull down the attic stairs. Last time he was in Mom and Dad's room.
I don't see it. Where was it last time?
In the corner of the room, near the wardrobe. Uh-oh. But they may have moved it to another room. Look for it. Hurry up.
found it!
Huh, perfect. Now you can pull the attic stairs down. The duplicate cellar keys are up there.
It's all dark.
Don't be afraid. I'll guide you. First, move the big suitcase and you'll find a passage.
I went to the other side.
Now you should see them. The key is on an old shelf.
Pickups.
Good job.
You finally woke up.
Where are we?
Marty, where did you ask me to take you? It's the villa of Elizabeth Barkley. Even if I don't know what you expect to find that we haven't found, this is the last place the child was seen.
I have to go.
Marty, listen. Promise me that you won't get into trouble as usual.
I'll try.
All right. Contact me if you find something that has escaped us. And keep your eyes open.
Those must be Barkley's 3 daughters.
Who are you? Do you need something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to disturb you, but I'm an old friend of Thomas. I heard about the kid. I was wondering if I could be of any help.
The only way you can help is to stay away from this house. Journalists are already driving us crazy with their questions.
Ava, don't be rude. It's a friend of Dad's and he came here to help us. Aren't you very kind, Mr.
Toad.
Mr. Toad? But you better let the police take care of it. Although 2 more eyes and ears will still be appreciated here on Quiet Island.
Very well. In the past, your father helped me in a difficult moment. Now, I would like to return the favor.
Forgive us, Mr. Toad. But now we really must go. We have an appointment.
See you soon, Mr. Toad.
Oh, this could be a problem. We have to find a way to distract him.
And how? Shall we throw him a sausage?
Well, let's take a look around here.
I could use the ivy to climb.
What do you think of this?
If I'm not careful, the beast will tear me to pieces. I have to be quick and get in the house before he reaches me.
Distract him before you get off, or he'll bite you.
An electric radio controlled car. There's also a remote to control it.
Perhaps this could distract the dog and give us time to enter the villa. The window on the right. It's open. We can get in there. We're inside. Better not turn on the lights. They could attract attention.
Let's take a look around.
The absent father is not only the physical emptiness of a figure that we have not had. Sometimes it is also someone who, even though he has not been there, has not been able or unwilling to exercise his role. It is a psychological absence capable.
Marty, look! It's a symbol of the dream.
There's a switch under the roses, but it doesn't work. Under each rose, there is a cable. Maybe those cables go somewhere.
So many responsibilities for one little man. Poor Marty.
Don't listen to him.
Bingo!
Don't let him in.
Can you imagine how it feels? No, you can't imagine it because you're too selfish. You don't care about others, and this whole detective helping story is just a farce. A trick to clean your hands with. But I won't quit you, Marty.
Something has activated.
You owe me a debt. Let me in. Let's play again.
Elizabeth Barkley has a lover? Who is he? And what's the connection with the disappearance of Simon? I have to call Amanda.
Marty?
Amanda, I think I have a trail. You have to do a search for me.
What is it about?
Andrew Mitchell.
Give me a second. Andrew Mitchell is the owner of Toys Planet.
You mean the famous toy factory?
Just the one, and it's here, on Quiet Island. But what does he have to do with the Barkleys?
I'll find out soon. Can you send me the address?
Sure, but don't get in trouble, okay?
I can't promise you anything.
Looks like we have a trail.
Let's go to the Toys Planet. Hello?
Hi, Mr. Burton. I'm Charles, Mr. Barkley's assistant.
Hi, Charles. How can I help you?
To tell the truth, I was hoping to be the one to help you. Mr. Barkley asked me to offer you all my collaboration to solve the case.
It's not necessary. I work alone.
Well, how are the investigations going? Have you made any progress?
I'm on my way.
What did you discover? Did you have any dreams?
I'd rather share my progress only with Mr. Barkley.
This will bother Mr. Barkley. He asked me to update him about it.
I'll take responsibility for it.
As you wish, Mr. Burton. Prudence is a respectable virtue.
I have my rules. I think you can understand me.
I imagine. Good luck then, Mr. Burton.
Huh. This is the first time I've seen a toy factory.
Sounds strange, said from a toy.
What will you do when you meet Andrew Mitchell?
I don't know. I'll improvise.
Do you think he kidnapped the boy? Maybe an act of jealousy?
Dreams bring us to him, but the drawing is incomplete. Better not to draw hasty conclusions.
Marty, look! It's open! Oh no, we're closed inside!
Not bad. We have to find a way to the director's office.
Many people, when they become adults, stop playing with toys. But you don't, Marty. You're different. You have grown up, and you still continue to play with me.
Maybe I never really grew up.
If growing up means ceasing to be yourself, then it's better never to grow up. careful, Marty. We're not alone here. Run away, Marty! Run! He found us! The passage is blocked. It seems that there's 3 keys that are needed. There's a red, blue, and yellow padlock.
Let's take a look around.
We need to find the keys, Marty. careful where you put your feet. We don't have to make noise. Don't make a noise, Marty. He could hear us. Don't touch anything, or you'll attract it. Don't make a noise, Marty. He could hear us. It's all dark. I feel that the exit exit is near. Marty, open the door soon. Hurry up, Marty. It's coming. There's no more time.
It's stuck. It won't open.
Yes? How can I help you?
Sorry for the trouble. I'm looking for Andrew Mitchell.
I'm afraid I have to disappoint you, but Mr. Mitchell no longer works here.
He's not the owner?
Co-owner. I am his wife and I run the factory in his place. Who are you?
Oh, I'm a journalist. I manage a column on new business processes, and I wanted to interview your husband.
An uninformed journalist, apparently. My husband was arrested 10 years ago.
Arrested?
Don't pretend you don't know. Everyone on Quiet Island knows about my husband, of what he did.
I'm really sorry. I don't...
Don't mind. He got what he deserved. Criminals are right to be behind bars to rot. No one will miss him here at the Toys Planet nor anywhere else.
Why do you say so?
And how do you judge a man who first kills a helpless woman, then abandons his wife and daughter to their fate?
It must have been hard. Forgive me if I upset you. It wasn't my intention.
No, I'm sorry. I've been indelicate. If you want an interview, make an appointment by phone. Today I have a lot of work to do.
Of course. I wish you a good day. Sorry again. Amanda?
Marty, I have new information on Andrew Mitchell.
Let me guess. Is he in jail for murder?
How did you know?
I spoke to his wife a few seconds ago, but she didn't tell me anything else useful.
Listen to me carefully. Andrew Mitchell was charged with the murder of Annabelle Redford 10 years ago. The girl's body was never found, but police found traces of her DNA in the trunk of Andrew's car. Years later, Andrew has not yet confessed. But now the fun comes. Are you ready?
Shoot.
3 years before the murder, there was an accident at Toys Planet. A child was killed by factory machinery, and it seems that the person responsible for the accident was an employee with mental disorders. It was he who pushed the child into the machine. That employee is called Gregory Redford, brother of Annabelle Redford, the woman killed by Andrew.
Damn, this is some pretty big stuff. Where do I find a parent or a relative of this Annabelle?
Dreamland, the amusement park. The father is the owner. It's located a few miles from the factory.
Okay. Amanda, I owe you one.
Wherever those dreams are taking you, I demand an exclusive.
Count on it. Please. Oh, please. No. Not again.
Marty, are you okay?
Today is Timmy's birthday. Mom and I made him a surprise party. Timmy loves surprises. Mom went to that old shop to get him a present. A puppet that Timmy has had his eyes on for a long time. He's gonna love it.
Where's Timmy? He should have been home by now.
Hey, I'm home. Now where's our champion? Today is a special day for a special kid. Treasure, where are you? I got the puppet you wanted so much. It's all for you. But where did you go?
Can I help you find him?
Hi, Mrs. Jefferson? Excuse me, but is my son still with you? Yes, today he came to do his homework with the other boys. How would that be? No, today's homework. He should have come over there like every other Thursday. Oh, if he thinks I'm not going to punish him just because today is his birthday, he's really pushing his luck. Thank you, Mrs. Jefferson. Sorry for the inconvenience. If he really wanted to make me angry, this time he really did it. I'm going to find him.
Can I come? What's happening? Is Timmy gone? What if the monsters had caught him too?
So, how do you intend to approach Mr. Redford?
I'll pretend I'm a writer who wants to shed some light on his daughter.
What if he doesn't believe you?
Why shouldn't he?
You don't have a writer's face.
If you say so.
The park is closed. We will open in a week. We're still under construction.
Are you Richard Redford?
Yes, I am. And you are?
Hi, Richard. I'm a writer. I've been following the case of your daughter, Annabelle, for years. I would like to write a book to tell her true story, but I need to ask you some questions, if that's okay with you.
I appreciate that after all these years, there is still someone who cares about it. But your book will not get my daughter back.
Come on, Richard, please. Do it for your daughter. People need to know the truth.
What do you want to know that you don't already know?
What about Andrew Mitchell? What was between him and your daughter?
Nothing of what the newspapers say. For years, they have painted it in a wrong way. But my daughter had no relationship with that Mitchell. Recently, she followed him, was obsessed with him, but not because they were having a relationship, but for Gregory, my other son.
Gregory? Tell me about him.
He worked for the Mitchells at the Toys Planet before being admitted into a psychiatric judicial hospital. You know, he actually killed an innocent child in that cursed factory, and the Mitchells filed a complaint. It was fitting that he was admitted. Gregory was sick. But Annabelle didn't accept it. She had convinced herself that Greg was innocent and that the Mitchells were actually lying. She was blindly convinced that her brother couldn't harm even a fly.
Why do you think she followed the Mitchells? What was she trying to achieve?
The truth. Or at least what she desperately hoped was the truth. She was looking for evidence that exonerated her brother. She was sure Andrew was hiding something.
What if she found them? If that's why Andrew killed her?
It's a theory, but in the 10 years of investigation, the police have never found anything to prove it.
What do you think of it?
I think Annabelle was completely crazy. She was no longer her at the time. She made up Mitchell's stories. She was willing to do anything to help her brother. But the truth is, Greg was just mentally ill, and she never accepted it. She had almost come to the point of physically attacking the Mitchells. She hated them deeply.
Okay, that's enough for today. I'm guessing I already put you through too much.
Well, the truth sometimes hurts, but it's always good for someone to spread it.
Thanks again, Mr. Redford. I'll show up very soon.
The park lights came on. But wasn't it supposed to open in a week?
I think we're dreaming, Arthur.
Maybe we have to come in. Look, Marty! There's something hanging on that balloon. We have to follow the clues, Marty. One at a time. They'll take us to the right place. read the clue carefully. Oh no! Ah! Here it is, Marty. We're in the right place. Here's another clue. What did the last clue say? Here's the labyrinth. That's where the clue is bringing us. Huh. The maze is there, but it's not visible. careful, Marty, not to bump into anything invisible. There are no worse obstacles than what is not seen. Don't be in a hurry. Think. Oh no, that's not good. We must find the way out. Now! It's very fast. It'll reach us. What did the last clue say? What did the last clue say? We got lost? Oh no! Ah! The dream has its rules. We must play. An old manor? Maybe that's the home of the clue. What a strange place. Remember, Marty, we're still playing. Those photos are the key. I believe that only one of them gives the correct clue. Focus, Marty. You can do it. Yes, we made it. But now, maybe those paintings will show us something. The paintings must be the same as the rooms they portray. It's here! As in the painting. But maybe there is something different. Paint the dreams like the paintings. The solution is in the paintings. It's the place of the painting. There seems to be something different. Ah! Here's the clue we were looking for. Let's get out of here. Better watch out for those balloons. Oh no! Oh no! The dream has its rules. We must play. Read the clue carefully. We got lost? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I'm afraid that's where we have to go to. Eyes open, Marty. Someone is following us. A cannon? Maybe it can fire? It's here! We have to run! Cannonballs! We could use them! Quick! Use the cannon! Boom! moment! We have to run! Ah! Don't stop, Marty! Marty, be careful not to fall below! Move with caution! Wait for the right moment! The black balloons! Ah! Oh, hit them, Marty! You have to hit the black balloons! The black balloons! Oh, hit them, Marty! You have to hit the black balloons! Yes! Oh, we made it!
It seems like no one has come here for quite some time.
Oh, Marty, look! It's the butterfly you saw in a dream!
There must be something behind it. We gotta find a way to move it. Yeah.
Marty, what place is this?
I guess that's where Annabelle hid her secrets. Annabelle was obsessed with Andrew. She hated him, was convinced that her brother was innocent.
Do you think Mr. Redford knows about this room?
I don't know. Here's the link we were looking for. Oh my god. Annabelle knew of Andrew and Elizabeth Barkley. That means that Simon...
Yes. Do you think Elizabeth's husband may have discovered the truth?
Difficult to say.
Are you gonna tell Barkley?
No, not yet. I need proof. I have nothing but the secret room of a disturbed woman for the moment. It's not sufficient. Bruce?
Marty, where are you?
Dreamland.
What the fuck are you doing in an amusement park? Nah, you know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Anyway, we have new clues that lead us to that guy, Frank Bundy. Apparently Barkley was right to suspect him.
Clues?
Shut up and bring your ass to Villa Barkley. In an hour, that guy is going to lead a new protest. It could give us the opportunity we are looking for.
What happened on Quiet Island is one of the most serious accidents in the history of oil extraction. PetroMobile has shown what the real risk of the type of activity are. Activities that we are no longer willing to tolerate. The old man who lives in this scrumptious villa is the richest man on the planet. But he will never, and I mean never, be able to deprive us of our island. Because this island is ours. Here's where our families have lived for generations. And here is where our children are going to live next. We will not allow this old jackal to ruin our land again. Just look at it. Look how he reduced it. The damage is incalculable. For years we fought him. And for years he has continued to drain and drain our island. Ignoring us and ignoring the environmental regulations. The time has come for him to pay with interest the harm he has done to our island. What do you say? Should we break through the gates of his own home? Thomas Barkley will pay for it. What nobody talks about on television or in the newspapers is about the effects that the oil extraction has on the people's health. The presence of pollutants have a very strong impact for those who live on the island. People are dying of cancer, leukemia, diseases caused by the accumulation of these pollutants. Substances that are everywhere, in the earth, in the water, in the air.
Tell me, Marty, is it better for you to have a father physically present
not emotionally absent or a father totally absent? It's a question I often ask myself, but I can't find the answer. Wasn't it enough that he was never there? Ever since you started to be different? With your quirks, your problems?
I'm sorry. What could I do? I was just a child. I couldn't understand.
Is that just it? Or is there anything else?
Let me out, please.
I want to play with you. Treasure hunt, remember? Just like old times.
What are the rules?
If you find all the toys before I find you, the door behind me will open, and you can leave. But if I find you first, I'm counting to 20. Then I'll come to get you. Run, detective, run! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What are you doing, Marty? And if the visions were wrong, this time, would it happen? Would you bear another failure? go around in those adult clothes and with that false determination in your eyes. But after all, you're only a frightened child. You feel terror at the thought that people see you as a child. Therefore, you're a double coward. You lie to others and deny what you are. You can turn your back on me, but you can't turn your back on the truth. This time, you won.
What the?
Where am I?
Keep calm, Marty. Keep calm. You had another one of those collapses, and I had to get you in the car before you attracted too much attention. The protest, remember? There were a lot of people.
Yeah, now I remember. Gary Reed.
What? What did you say?
Gary Reed. I have to find him.
What does Eva Barkley's husband have to do with all this?
Do you know who he is? Do you know him?
Yeah, he's the husband of one of Barkley's 3 daughters, Eva. We collected information about him, but he's clean. He's seriously ill. He hasn't been getting out of bed for months. What do you want from him?
I don't know yet, but it's connected. Take me to him, please.
Okay, Marty, listen to me. If you get caught in there, you'll end up in prison for housebreaking. Or worse, you'll get a bullet in your head. You know how it works.
Let me do it. You have to trust me.
All right. I'm going back to Frank.
Watch out.
There must be a way to overcome these walls. Maybe that tree. Huh. What a huge house. Move quietly. We don't know if anyone is home. Doors and windows seem closed. We need something to climb upstairs. We have to try to climb. Take it easy, Marty. There's someone in the house. Maybe we should go back to another time.
No. First, I want to take a look.
But you don't even know what you're looking for.
I know the locker. That damn dream locker. We have to find it.
Look carefully.
They quote Annabelle, but which girl are they talking about? And where does this map lead?
Shh. Take it easy. They might hear us.
Bruce was right. He looks really bad. It's catatonic. He doesn't even realize we're here. He's a teacher. The locker in the photo. That's what we're looking for. The locker is located at the university. Oh, shit. We gotta get out of here. And quickly.
Mr. Toad, what a surprise. We were wondering what had happened to you. What's that look on your face? Haven't you ever seen a beautiful naked woman before?
I can explain.
It is nice of you to visit us, but as you have noticed, my husband does not like strangers. They make him nervous.
I'm desolated.
Listen to me carefully. I know who you really are. I know what you're doing here. And the only reason I don't call the police immediately is because you work for my father. You have to leave this island. I'm serious. If you put your nose in my house or my sister's, I swear you will regret it. You hear me?
What did you do to him?
What?
What did you do to your husband?
Detective, you fly too much with your imagination. You're losing touch with reality. Now, get out of my house before I start screaming.
Hello?
Mr. Burton, didn't the department teach you that entering private property without an invitation is a crime?
And you are?
I'm Brian Doyle, Elizabeth Barkley's husband. I suggest you leave before you get into trouble. If you get close to another member of my family again, there will be consequences.
What kind of consequences?
Leave, Mr. Burton. I warn you. You are no longer welcome on Quiet Island.
I told you it wasn't a good idea to go into that house. You were too rash.
We had no choice. The trail was blocked. Time keeps going by, and still we don't have a single trace of Simon.
Yes, but now they know about us.
We're close. I can feel it.
Oh, here we go again. It seems to be back to school. The trembling legs, a knot in the stomach, the heavy air, and everyone's got eyes on us.
Eyes?
Yeah. Don't you feel observed?
Fuck? What the hell is it?
Find the light switches, but hurry up, or he'll catch you. Ah! Oh! Stay in the light, Marty. Stay in the light. don't see it, but he is there. It's always there, lurking in the dark. Remember to stay in the light. I feel his breath. Remember to stay in the light. Oh no, the lights can go out. We can't stay too long in the same place. power but for us to fail. Stay in the light! The exit, Marty! Let's go to the exit! Don't stop! Marty, run! It's behind us! Don't look back, Marty! Run! And whatever you do, don't look back! Don't stop! We need a light! the teacher's lockers.
Annabelle was right. Her brother is innocent. But what's the connection with Simon? Andrew Mitchell is a liar. He ruined Redford's life. He's also Simon's real father. But what does he and Annabelle have to do with the disappearance of the boy? And why didn't Eva Barkley want her husband to read these confessions? Oh, man, my head hurts. This confession is reopening a case that is years old, but it's not taking me to Simon. It's a dead end. Man, where are my dreams taking me?
We still have a clue, Marty. The map. You know, the map you found in Eva's room? Let's follow it and see where it takes us.